Do 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 do. There we go. Okay, you guys. Okay, good. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that, guys. Happens all the time. Now you can hear me, right? Now you guys can hear me. Gotta go. All right, Emily. We can't. You still can't hear me? I thought I just fixed it. What? Hold on. No way. No way. You guys can't hear me now. You guys can hear me now, right? Finally. Okay, I was about to say. Please tell me you can hear me now. I forgot. Yeah, new computer. I had to reset up the audio and stuff. The new computer, because my old computer literally died. So we're on a brand new computer, brand new PC. I put a picture of it up on the community tab. If you guys get time, you guys can go like that. But yeah, so we're back. We can hear me now. Cool. Good, 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 good. I guess we're behind. Oh, I didn't fix that. We're on a delay, aren't we? But we are. I bet we're on like a hell of a delay. I have to look at all that. We're on a delay. Fix that. Actually, anyways, how we doing, guys? How's everybody doing today? We're gonna go into the pit because I want to do a little Bro, I'm the only one that noticed that the achievement for FNAF Into the Pit are similar to the ones of Hello Neighbor. Are they really? That's cool. I need to. Yeah, hold on. This, I bet. Yep, it. There it is. Okay. You guys can hear too. It's that one right there. Should be that one. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Okay, wait for the program to respond. I clicked out of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you guys can hear it now too. Oh, why is it so low over on your guys' side? Hold on, let me. Good. That's good. All right, now you guys can. Hello, controller. Oh, I gotta click back into it. There we go. Okay, achievements. Unlock all achievements. Good luck. What up, Dodo? How we doing? This is gonna be a weird setup because, yo, what up, Amber Riot? Hey, I'm so happy you're back. Congrats on the new setup. Thank you. I mean, cutscene is so cool, right? What do I not have? Trip over 100 times. I could do that. Night finish. Finish the game without turning on the flashlight. Hiding not included. Complete the game without getting caught. I could technically do that. Jinx's favorite. Meet Jinx in a room 10 times. We can definitely pull that off. What else is there? And then there is some ones that I can't see that I could definitely look for. I think World Champ use each hiding spot one time while being chased without getting caught. Fix all the arcade cabinets. All right. If I hit continue, it gives me night 5 again. Go back there. Cupcake is a girl. Wow, we always knew the cupcake was a girl. What up, Dodo? Hey, it's Freddy. What up, Freddy? If you guys haven't hit that, you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe. I think we're gonna start a new game. Empty. New game. Keep everything the way it is. Because I want to try. I forgot that it was gonna give me. Wait, advanced setting. Oh. Oh, it gives us custom That's crazy. See, here's the thing. I have a specific goal in mind. So what I want to do is I want everything very unaggressive because I have a very specific thing I want to try. Because actually someone tell me, or I'll do it anyways. Is there? It feel like from what I've seen with the game, but I haven't seen anyone do it yet. What I've seen from the game is that I feel like I can get multiple firecrackers from Firecracker Kid. And that very end scene when you're in that room with your dad, you try and look out the door and it says that bear is out there. No, I thought the cupcake was a girl. I've always thought the cupcake was a girl because Chica's a girl and Chica had the cupcake and the cupcake had pink frosting and stuff. And I was just like, girls stick together kind of situation. So I figured it was the girls. Are you sure you want to proceed with these difficulty settings? Confirm. Yeah, absolutely. I want everything as low as possible. But anyways, I wonder if you can get multiple firecrackers and in that last section where you're like looking through the, yeah, we can just skip all this. When you're looking through the door and you're like, the bear is there. I wonder if there's a way that you could have a second, yeah. There's a way, apparently if you do that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're gonna fall 100 times. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I wonder if I can do it in the opening scene. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. This is so difficult though. Oh man, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, like something like. Do you know that if you, oh really? 50. Let's go trip while we're staring at Jeff. Yeah. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 9. Just gonna keep doing this till it gives me 100. $68. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 5. There it is. That's 100 times, I guess. I thought I didn't think I was at 100 times. That's it, right? That's the last of the tripping. Yeah, that's the last of. Complete the game without getting. It's called Mr. Cupcake. No, that's just the. No, it's just a regular fair. For the last county fair 3 years ago. Can I go back here yet? Nope. It's locked. Alright. Into the pit we go. Okay, we're gonna ignore all this stuff because we don't need to worry about any of it. It does exist. Oh no, a scary spider. Hoping I don't get pink eye. Yeah.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Playhouse, a place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Our animatronics may be cute and friendly to look at, but remember, they are complex machines and can be dangerous. Please do not get too close to them. Please do not touch their torso, arms, or face. Please do not shove yours or anyone else's head into their mouth. Again. Fazbear's Entertainment is not responsible for
Oh yeah, you can do this almost immediately. Anyways, not worrying about that. Not worrying. It's full of germs, right? I'm just trying to get to a very specific thing. Yeah. Creepy little thing back there. Okay, we're gonna go do a perfect score on the thing, but I mean we always do a perfect. Oh, I think I've already gotten the perfect score achievement on that, so I don't have to again. Yeah, pizza roller, aka skee ball, guys, aka skee ball. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Wait, I just realized, is one of the kids the dad of Oswald? Maybe? Not Chip or Mike. But maybe one of the other kids running around might be his dad. Oh, what? I made that. Okay, he's got 300. Oops, overshot. Yep. Damn it. Didn't meet Mike. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's not what I'm here for. You're not gonna catch me. Oh, he got me. He was able to cut me off. Damn. Playing GTA Online. I used to play GTA Online all the time with people. Wait, I just realized this one. Yeah. But yeah, it could be, but Mike's dad is a couple years older at this point than he is right now, so his dad would be like 14. Find somewhere to hide. Oh, yeah. They've updated this game and the background sounds are more intelligible. If I had a voucher, I could redeem it here for a prize. Can I point out, hold on. Can I point out that this kid right here, this specific kid, is in 3 different locations? Look, he's right here. That's one spot. There he is again. There's 2 spots. And there he is again, 3 spots. That kid, that same kid. This kid is all over the place. He's so fast. He just teleports to all the different places. Also, the game isn't louder than me, right? Okay. That door. I know that technically all of the kids repeat, but it's just like, why would you repeat that specific kid? Because he's very obvious. Like like this kid right here, he's doing a very obvious thing. Looks like one of those sliding. Yeah, that's cool. Oh wait, hold on. I want to look at this one. There's one that has a note on. Oh, I can't get the note. Okay. Dang, I was hoping to get the note. An empty suit. That's creepy. 1985. This really. Anyways, that kid is lettery fast, right? How much noise you're making? Stay quiet. Oh, I hit one. I didn't mean to. My inventory is empty right now. Pass this part. Come on. Ah, nice drive. I can hear you, Chip. I love how he immediately gets on his Tamagotchi or whatever it is. Yeah, they'll never find. Oh. How was that? Maybe he's his dad and the kid that teleport. Yeah, right. I'm gonna cry. Hey, the kids! So loud in my ear. What about this way? Something is blocking it. Alright, so the only place I can go is this way. Go this way. Oh, but can't play any of the games. Oh yeah, I have to have tokens in order to play these games fast. I don't have tokens. Oh my goodness. All the kids are running. Yeah, but we're gonna run the opposite direction as all the kids. What happened? They're all acting weird. The way they grab the kids is so fun. I know, right? Oh, I should look for. Oh yeah. I gotta open up the one. I gotta open up the employee door. This door right here, because this is where we're gonna see the 6 dead kids. Like, follow me, which is actually in the actual short story. You know, when you follow him. Oh yeah, he wants you. Banner fell down. Boys. And there you see all the kids. 6 kids up against the thing. Escape! Escape! It's so slow. I don't have to worry about it being fast, so. I call it the glitched fraction. Ah, there they are. There he is. Yeah. Oh god, he took my dad. No, don't take my dad. I just helped my dad out of there. You okay? Yep. It's summoned. Let's go. I love it. It's so funny. And we're gonna skip that. Hold RB to run. Way. Adult napping. Oh yeah, best kind of naps are adult nap. Already done that, so I don't need to do it again. There is 0 point to turning on and off the lights. The funny part. Look in here, and it's on the bed. Yep. I can distract it. This way. Battery. Hey, look, a battery. Oh, wait, no, that's just hide. I don't care about hiding. What FNAF character should I draw? All of them. Draw them all. A phone book. This must be a phone book. Hey, now we got a phone. Dad, seriously, just remember them all? Mom's number written somewhere in the house. I drink. Did you know that if you turn off the night some kind of thing will appear in the window? Oh yeah, the stitch rate or some crap like that will happen. Jinx doesn't like the thing any more than I do. The rope. Battery. Why does this look like I can tip it over? Weight resist. Oh yeah, weight resist. Does everyone have a spike? Does everywhere have a spike? Yes. Yes, everywhere in this entire game has part of the things. Do I have Mom's number? I don't think I have Mom's number. There it is. Yeah, this is. There it is. 55556. Okay. 5555683. Oop. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, okay, what the? Okay. I got caught, so I'm not getting that one. Not getting the hide and seek champ, but I'm not worried. Oh hey, thanks. Now in the 5, 5, 8. All ended. Oh, it makes me go and find it. That's rude. So dumb. Oh, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 8, 3. I put 5, 8, 6. What up, Goober? What up, Goofy Goober? Hello? I can't get out. Hello? Okay, now I can get out. AK, I'm not being chased anymore. Worried about all this? Okay, now I'm back in my room again. Find a way to escape. Easy, I just escaped. So hard. Not our dad. It is not our dad. No, it is not. Go to the mill. Puzzle matrix. Rat trap. He always comes back. He does always come back. That is true. Can I go anywhere else besides just into the pit? Would have been. Oh, okay. I can go back here. Okay, control panel. Have you seen the new game theory video? Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait, did I finish it? I don't think I finished it. Maybe we'll watch that in a little bit. We might watch that instead of playing this the whole time, because I might hold off on finishing that. Okay, electron gun. Oh, that was freaky. He said the name. What? Oh, Sammy or Cassidy? Which name? He said Cassidy? Yeah. He said the thing. What thing? What did he say? I think I watched it, but not all of it. Control pan. There it is. Gotcha. This one is that. No. Oh, into the. He said the thing. No, into the pit. What about into the pit? This one's the wait one. What? I don't have the right. I thought I did the wait. No, it's the speaker for this. And the electron gun for that one. I already got 4 of these fixed. Spring trap on TV, glitch trap reference, maybe. Hammer being broken on this machine from the rip. Here, I think this is his office, so we can't get in there yet. Red Bear singing. Oh, that room's just locked up here. The full video of the new game theory video. I need to watch it. Yeah, we might stop this for a minute. So I think I watched half of it, but I didn't watch the second half for some reason. So let's pause this because this I'm just doing some non-important thing here. Just checking a theory of mine. A theory on games. I do want to see the video. Oh, I guess we did watch. Oh yeah, I got it on.
If I told you that the
Down, there we go. Alright, cool.
mimic is in this video. No, I'm not lying to you. And no, I've not doctored the footage either.
Oh, yeah,
the mimic
it was
is
this.
here.
Right,
they
now
have been here since the very beginning. Give up? Well, if you look very closely, you'll find that the mimic is this guy right here. Hello Internet, welcome to Game Theory, the show that cannot believe it has been 10 whole years of FNAF. Feels like just yesterday I was watching Markiplier scream at this tiny unknown indie game, and now it's an indie horror empire full of games, movies, books, and more merch than a Pizzaplex can handle. 10 years is a big deal. Believe me, we would know. And so to celebrate, Scott pulled out all the stops. We got an anniversary week full of fanverse games, demos, books, movie teasers, and of course the crown jewel that was Into the Pit. Though while that game offers a lot in the way of theorizing, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Don't worry, that video is coming. I just need a little more time. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video when it drops. There may also be a special theorist surprise in store, hint hint. But for this episode, instead of talking about the biggest release of the week, I wanted to talk about the biggest surprise. You see, we knew about every release that was happening during this anniversary week ahead of time. That was except for one. Steel Wool had a mystery announcement slot, and a lot of us just assumed it was going to be DLC for Help Wanted 2, but that's not what we got. Instead, Steel Wool completely sideswiped us by revealing a 40-second teaser, not for DLC, but for a brand new game. We open on a 70s style carpet. The camera tilts up to reveal
MatPat doesn't
music.
do
The
the
music
voiceovers
stops,
anymore.
the box opens, and we hear a laugh.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't yet. If you guys are new here.
The film reel we're watching begins to burn up, revealing the date 1979.
We're trying to get to
Finally,
that
we see a
1000
title
mark.
card appear from the darkness. Secret of the Mimic. The internet lost their collective minds over this. Not only were we getting a game exploring the character that was a complete mystery when it appeared at the end of Ruin, unless you happen to read the books, but it was also going to be a prequel, set before any other FNAF game. A lot of us have been theorizing about the origins of Freddy's ever since we got the Fredbear Singing Show ticket in Security Breach, and in 2025, it looks like we're gonna see if we were right. But you know what? I'm not willing to wait that long. Call me impatient, but when you take a closer look, this 40-second teaser has actually told us a lot more than you'd initially think. This teaser confirms that we were right that the Mimic is from the earliest days in Fazbear Entertainment's history, but it also suggests that the Mimic's first appearance wasn't in Ruin, nor was it Security Breach, nor was it Help Wanted. No, we are being shown that the Mimic has actually been hiding in plain sight since the very beginning. The pieces were flow in place for us to figure it out. We just weren't able to follow the breadcrumb, or should I say, paper trail to realize sooner. So wind up that music box, friends, because when it opens, we'll be diving in headfirst to see what secrets the Mimic has been hiding. And in doing so, I believe we may finally be able to resolve one of the biggest conflicts currently facing the FNAF timeline.
A wound first inflicted on me.
Oh yeah, today's gonna be a big one.
I don't
so
have
let's get into
them
it.
either.
The first thing we got to talk about is
starting
the
with the
design
Fazbear
of
Friends.
Funky Tom.
So I want to point out, because I remember this part, that they don't. He doesn't seem to clock this. He doesn't seem to clock the tear drop on the face that really connects it to the puppet and connects it to Charlie. I like how we can still hear Into the Pit, the background music at the same time. Yeah, he does. No one clocks the teardrop, the connection to Charlie's puppet right here.
Over here. Jokey fan name aside, given the title of this game, it feels pretty unlikely that this is supposed to be anything other than the Mimic. But he's not the disheveled Endo we saw in Ruin. Now he's wearing a white mask with exaggerated eyelashes, rounded cheeks, and a bright red nose. Ugh, I can feel the childhood trauma.
No, I think it's supposed to connect the two. I think that's what the teardrop is supposed to indicate. Yeah. So it's a reference to the puppet for us to get that connection. For us to understand that the Mimic and the puppet are connected. It's supposed to bring us to the conclusion that Henry definitely is the one who invented the puppet, right? Because Charlie is Henry's daughter, so the puppet would then be obviously Charlie, so the puppet being connected to the Mimic would indicate that the Mimic was also created by Henry. But what if you want me to fuck with you guys on a theory? No, I'm just kidding, actually. But what would be funny or interesting is what if the Mimic was possessed by Sammy? No, I'm just kidding. Sammy in my mind is definitely Golden Freddy. Hear me out. Ennard and the Mimic are the same. No, they're not the same, but we do get he does reference Ennard and brings a different theory to place on that one.
Trauma rushing back. It also pops out of a Jack-in-the-Box, so clearly Steel Wool are going for a clown aesthetic with this newest version of the Mimic. Or is it the oldest version? This new old look does tie into our previous theories about the origins of Fazbear Entertainment. In that video, we discussed this poster from Help Wanted 2. A poster with a circus tent and the date 1970 on it. That, along with the mascot costumes in the ruined basement, Glitch Trap's design, official artwork of traditional mascot costumes, and references throughout the books all seem to be telling us that Fazbear Entertainment didn't start with the creation of Fredbear's Family Diner, but as a traveling circus. Instead of the animatronics or springlock suits that we know and love today, this circus used more traditional, rudimentary mascot costumes. They were still the same characters, Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, but played by human performers. Though there was one exception. We ended that theory suggesting that the Mimic was also part of that same Fazbear circus. It shares design similarities with Sun and Moon, a jester who was associated with the carousel from the Fall Fest circus, a carousel that we watch burn. Repeatedly in Help Wanted 2, we see the festival burn down, both in the carousel level and in the Fazablast level. And what else do we know is burnt? The Mimic. In the first epilogue of Tales from the Pizzaplex, when the Mimic arrives, it is first described as being burnt. Thus, it seems like the Mimic has been here since that Fall Fest in the 70s. You might think I was celebrating this fact. My first FNAF theory was right. Let's go! But then, the worry began to sink in. It always feels a bit wrong when a prequel introduces a new character. Plus, this franchise never gets rid of characters. We've had 28 versions of Freddy, 19 versions of Bonnie, and we even got 11 versions of Balloon Boy. Who asked for that? So then, why try to awkwardly insert the Mimic into the previous lore? I mean, retcon much? Except, what if I told you we have seen this clown before. Somewhere
been
you
here.
never suspect FNAF 2.
Right.
I am, of course, talking
right.
about the characters I've been teasing since the start of the episode.
out.
The Paper Pals. No, I wasn't joking. These guys really are the key to everything. If you don't know who I'm talking about, the Paper Pals are these simple characters made from paper plates that have been hanging out on the walls of pizzerias ever since their introduction. To this day, we've never really given them much thought.
I
They
do
never
remember the
seem
whole.
to
I
be
did
that
watch the whole
important,
thing. And I'll
but their
talk about the
continued
end,
existence
end
in
of
the
it.
franchise has
What
always
up,
struck me as
Rhino?
unusual. In fact, the
Rhino?
only reason I was reminded of them is because I was watching Dorco's playthrough of Into the
Howdy,
Pit,
howdy.
and wouldn't you know it, they are once again just hanging out. For them to keep showing up, especially in these modern titles, they have to be important. And I think the weird clown mimic is the piece that ties them all together. Originally, there were 3 of these guys: a Freddy pal, a Bonnie pal, and this thing. According to the game files, he's just called Paper Buddy. And of the 3, he's definitely the weird one. In FNAF 2, he could just disappear from the wall and suddenly appear in your office. He didn't do anything, he was just there now. Even his design feels out of place. The other 2 are clearly characters we know, Freddy and Bonnie, duh. But this guy doesn't have any recognizable features. He's got red arms, blue legs, a big smile, and a big nose. It's just so weird. In a series full of animal characters, why have this generic humanoid-looking thing? Naturally, the only logical explanation we had at the time was that this had to be Balloon Boy. He was one of the few humanoid characters we knew about by FNAF 2, and he wears a red and blue outfit. But now that I'm looking back, I'm not so sure anymore. For Bonnie and Freddy, we aren't just relying on the colors to show us who they are. They have extra design details that connect them to their iconic characters. Bow ties, hats, ears, that sort of thing. If this Paper Buddy was supposed to be Balloon Boy, why not give him some of his iconic attire? Like the propeller hat, or the sign, or, you know, a balloon, the thing he is literally known for. What this therefore implies to me is that Paper Buddy is actually supposed to be someone else. Someone with a much simpler design. And the answer of who becomes extremely obvious when you take a look at their appearance in FNAF World. That's right, not only were these guys considered important enough to be playable characters in one of the weirdest entries in this series, but Scott also used it to give us a vital clue about who this guy was supposed to be. And it's all because of one teeny tiny design change. We've gone over Paper Buddy's design already. The red arms, blue legs, buttons, big smile, happy eyes, big nose. All of that is the same
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000.
It's still as big as before, and it's in the same place, but the color is now different. It's been changed to red, and a red nose means one thing: clowns. What we're seeing is Paper Buddy's design matching exactly with the iconic design of clowns, and therefore also matches what we've seen from the Mimic in this latest teaser. Now, I recognize that this feels like a stretch. This is all down to interpretation and could be taken a number of different ways. Believe me, I was honestly unsure of all of this too. That was until I found this, the final clue that absolutely sealed the deal for me that Paper Buddy is the Mimic. Take a look at the attacks the Paper Pals have in FNAF World. The first 2 are Prize Ball 2 and Mystery Box 2, both generic attacks that would make sense for any character in any pizzeria. But the third and final attack is called something very specific: Mimic Ball, a move that mimics the last attack used. I could not believe it when I saw this. Of all of the games, it was FNAF World showing us that the Paper Pals were specifically able to mimic others. The third Paper Pal from FNAF 2, Paper Buddy, is a paper version of the new clown mimic that we saw in the teaser. In my previous theory, I mentioned how FNAF 2 isn't a revamp of the old franchise.
I don't actually believe this theory. It doesn't work for me.
The red-cheeked toy animatronics were calling back to the original costumes worn at the circus. You have the carousel calling back to the carousel from Fall Fest that we got to see in Help Wanted 2. And now we have Paper Buddy calling back to the clown mimic that was present at that same circus. It all just fits together so.
So the problem is that it doesn't. So here's my thing. One, in FNAF 2, the mimic was not a thought. Right? There's no story or anything like that. No, what I think what the Paper Pals represent, right, is Bonnie, Freddy, Henry. I think that's what it's supposed to represent. Is the original restaurant that had just Bonnie, Freddy, and Henry as the owner. I think that's what it's supposed to represent. Like, where it all truly started was with the creation of Fredbear's by Henry. And it's like the back when things were good, right? It's like its representation or whatnot. Is that supposed to represent the time when everything made sense? Back when William, Sammy, and Henry. No. Well, why would it be William, Sammy, and Henry? Why would Sammy be involved? I get that Bonnie and Freddy would represent William and Henry. Because William would be represented by Bonnie because he used Bonnie's suit. But that's the thing, is I only see William being connected to Bonnie, but only Golden Bonnie, right? Because Golden Bonnie was used by William to cause harm to Henry. All right, bye, Alessandro. 48 minutes is the timestamp. In case you want to see the rest of this tomorrow. But yeah, like Bonnie, yeah, Golden Bonnie only represents William in the fact after the point that William wanted to hurt Henry. I don't think that Bonnie, in my mind, Bonnie wasn't created by William. It had nothing to do with William until William took it and made it his, in my mind, right? William, Michael, and Henry. No, see, that's none of the. There's no 3-person pairing that is a good representation for the Paper Pals. I think the best representation for the Paper Pals is the person is Henry, and the bear is obviously, like, it's all 3 made restaurants. Michael didn't make Michael ran a restaurant, but he didn't make the restaurant. He just was the, like, general manager of one for Henry. Henry made that restaurant, and then put Michael in charge. But no, I think the best representation for it is that it's Freddy, Bonnie, and Henry. It's like honestly, it looks like it would probably be the artwork of, like, yeah, Pizza Sim, but Michael didn't make that restaurant. Michael was handed that restaurant, right? No, I think the Paper Pals just literally represent Henry, Bonnie, and Freddy. Henry, Freddy, and Bonnie, right? And I wonder if it's like a creation. I wonder if it's like an art thing that, like, Charlie or Sammy made for Henry. He's like, look, Dad, I made you and Freddy and Bonnie because that was the only ones that existed back when she made it. You know, you made these characters. These are your characters, specifically your characters. And I think that's what it is. I think Henry specifically created Freddy and Bonnie, or was given Freddy and Bonnie from his family's, like, collection of characters. Those were his, Freddy and Bonnie, right? No, not Crying Child. Crying Child wouldn't make art for Henry. Crying Child would have made art for his dad, William. So he wouldn't have made Freddy and Bonnie. He would have made, like, Chica and Foxy, maybe, or something like that. Oh, speaking of which, I didn't know this, guys. I actually do own Five Nights at Freddy's merch. I'm gonna dig it out tomorrow so I can have it. I thought that I didn't, but my wife reminded me today that we actually have a few FNAF plushies in the house. I have a Foxy plushie for sure, and I think I have Bonnie and Freddy also. Like, I have the little ones. So I'll have to dig those out tomorrow. But no, yeah. I think it's just I think the paper pals only just represent Henry, Freddy, and or even CC. CC is Cassidy in my mind. That's Cassidy. But yeah, let's listen to the rest of it, even though I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
It could also explain the clown mask in things like Sister Location, the one that would later go on to become Ennard. Why is that mask in such a position of prominence? Because it was the third member of that original circus trio, someone who had been there since the beginning. Although, speaking of trio, while Paper Buddy being the Mimic and appearing in FNAF 2 makes sense, him being grouped with Freddy and Bonnie feels a bit odd, right? Even for the early days of the franchise, a clown isn't the obvious one to pair with Freddy and Bonnie. Chica I'd have understood, maybe even Foxy. But this guy is just so random. If you've followed us for a while, you'll know that we are obsessed with these kinds of details. The grouping of animatronics through merchandise or decor can often tell us a lot about the history of the franchise. We felt like Foxy had to come later because he had a separate stage to the other three. It felt like Chica wasn't originally part of the group either because she had her own Party World spin-off during Sister Location. And in Ruin, we figured out that Sun and Moon came much earlier because they were getting collectibles alongside OG characters, while newcomers like Roxy and Monty weren't. So placing the Mimic Clown alongside Freddy and Bonnie has to imply there's a special connection between the three. So why make the Mimic the awkward third wheel alongside this famous duo? Well, it turns out the rule of threes isn't just an important literary technique. It was also super important for performances at the circus, particularly when it comes to clowns. In a traditional circus, you would have three major clown archetypes: the Auguste Clown, the White-Faced Clown, and the Contra-Auguste Clown. We spoke about the Auguste Clown in our previous theory. These clowns were the ones with red cheeks that were designed to appear silly and make children laugh. Often they were portrayed as an intelligent but lower class clown, the laborer, the one who would do a job, often badly, which led to them getting a pie in the face or falling off a ladder, you know, the typical slapstick stuff. The White-Faced Clowns, on the other hand, are supposed to be more serious and bossy. They were of a higher status, and so they would be responsible for assigning the tasks to the Auguste Clown and would often become frustrated at their failed results. Finally, you have the Contra-Auguste Clown, who was the middle ground. Still lower class than the White-Faced Clown, but not to the same degree as the Auguste Clown. And looking into clown literature, which, yes, is a thing that I read, the Contra-Auguste's role was to do one thing: mimic the White-Faced Clown. No, I'm not making that up. It was right there on the page in front of me. What we now have are three distinct characters: a serious boss clown, a smart worker clown, and a mimicking clown. Now, look at who we have at the start of Freddy's. While we don't know a whole lot about the specifics of this Fazbear Circus, we do know one thing. Henry and William were actively performing during the early days of the franchise, one as a bear and one as a rabbit, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. William was the businessman, the serious one, the guy who was trying to make Fazbear a success, the White-Faced Clown. Then there's Henry, the intelligent laborer who was building the animatronics, the Auguste Clown. And now we have a third, Paper Buddy, the Mimic, a clown animatronic that has been there since the early days of the franchise, now mimicking the past actions of the White-Faced Clown, William Afton, making them the Contra-Auguste in this trio. Three clowns, three performers, three paper pals that have been there since the start. But sadly, choosing Afton to be the one to mimic wasn't the best decision. When this trailer was announced, Brian Freyamuth, the design director at Steel Wool, tweeted about it saying, "The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones." This is a quote from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. My immediate reaction was, this is about Afton being dead, and now here's evil lives on in the mimic, who is now continuing to hurt and kill people beyond his death, like we've been predicting this whole time. But as I thought it over, I think it might be something more than that. I actually think that this line is telling us the main plot point that we will see in Secret of the Mimic. A plot point that will finally answer the question that has haunted me ever since the release of Help Wanted 2. What did Henry mean by a wound first inflicted on me?
This is the part where I think
comes
it's
from the
very
insanity
wrong.
Ending of FNAF 6. Henry talks about how Afton used the souls of the children he'd killed to create Remnant, and then continued to torture them to create the Fun fun times. But the most important part of that monologue is when he turns inwards and begins reflecting on his own part in all of this. He ends up saying he needs to heal this wound, a wound first inflicted on me, one that I let bleed out. For the longest time, we believed this was referencing Afton killing his daughter, Charlie. She was Afton's first victim, which led on to the killing of all the missing children. That was the wound that was inflicted on Henry, the death of his own daughter.
No, see, this is the thing, and I think they're interpreting it wrong also. But yeah, a lot of people saying that it was Charlie, I think is the wrong interpretation, because Help 102 literally tells us. And I know other people try and claim other reasons for it, but the one that makes the most sense, and the only one that like would make sense why they would hammer it home, is to give us death order. And I think it's on purpose. It's to subject us to two things. One, it's to inform us that Cassidy, or bite victim, right, definitely died, was like in a coma and then died after 4 of the kids were killed, but then died, and then Charlie was murdered by William Afton. And I think the reason that it gives us that order specifically is to let us know the other 4 die, right? And then Henry is arrested, because we learned that in FNAF 1. He gets arrested. Well, someone gets arrested. We assume it has to be Henry, because William is still actively running the company after that incident happened. So he must, be still out, so the only other person that could be arrested would be Henry, which would also make sense, because once this happens, Henry's not actively trying to stop William from murdering children or, taking care of his... And that would also explain why Charlie was so defenseless at the time of her murder, right? So that makes sense, that, well, like, when it does that, it's like, okay, so these 4 happen, William doesn't get caught because he has the excuse of Cassidy as his cover story, so Henry is arrested. So William now knows, I can't use the golden suit, so that's why. But then, so he stops, and that's why they stop after the 5, because someone's caught, and it makes it look even more like it was Henry, because they stop the second Henry is arrested. So it's like extra proof. Proof is in the pudding. That if it looks like it's the truth, then it's probably the truth. So he stops because Henry's arrested. It makes it look like Henry is the one who did it. Boom, all good. Then Cassidy dies. That's an emotional hit to William, and he's already found an outlet for his emotions in the form of murdering children. But obviously he can't do it the same way he normally does it. So he's emotional. And it's probably this, and honestly, Charlie probably dies the same night as Cassidy. Like, only an hour or so later, he probably dies. Like, he probably dies in the hospital. They go through all the legalese and stuff, and William probably leaves in distress, goes by the restaurant, because it's just like... honestly, going to the restaurant's probably just autopilot for him at that point, because he's running it and everything else. So it's probably autopilot for him to just drive by the restaurant. He sees Charlie, he pulls over. Charlie probably cries to him about being kicked out of the restaurant, and he murders her in the back alley where no one can see. And he knows that he can't do it in any other way than, well, he probably just does it in a fit of rage, right? So it tells us that that's more than likely the way it goes. But again, we know that it has to be 5, right? And this is the other part that kind of lets us know that the 5 happened in 83, right? That all 7 deaths must happen in 83, right? Because the only way, like, here, I'll show you. The only way that we get to 5 deaths in one building is if my Sammy theory is at least partially correct. It doesn't have to be Sammy, but not videos. Just what? Is this not in oh, because oh wait, do I click on? There it is. There we go. There we go. That feels so much better. Yeah, if this is Sammy, that makes it make sense, right? It makes it make sense with everything else, because the news article says 5 kids lured to the back. I think what happens is they do the other 4, and then they realize that Sammy hasn't shown up either, and so Sammy probably is connected, so they tie Sammy into the 5, because his body's never found either, right? His body's never found. The other 4's bodies are never found. And I think the reason that they assume that Sammy is the same way, because Sammy is Henry's son. So once they convict Henry for murdering the other 4 kids, they probably just assume that he murdered his own son, right? That his own son was his, like, test subject on whether or not he could get away with it, right? So that's it. Like, the thought that Cassidy, Charlie, and the other 4, like, they go in the order of, like, Susie, Fritz, Gabriel, Jeremy. Cassidy dies in the hospital, succumbs to his wounds in the hospital, and then Charlie dies. So we don't have 5. You don't have the 5 MCI if you go by that, and you have them in a different location. You do have the 5 if they're in this location, and this is number 5. Plain and simple. Like, that's the only way we get to 5. Unless there's some other kid whose death we are not privy to being told about. Like, if we go with... If you take this kid out of the equation, then I need somebody to show me where kid number 5 is. Because as far as I'm concerned, there is no other demonstration of kid number 5. We know of Fritz. We know of Fritz. We know of Susie. We know of Gabriel. We know of Jeremy. We have explanations for all of them. I'm still in big hopes that tonight is going to get weird. Is it, John? But, like, I'm still in hopes that Midnight Motorist is still going to be Fritz's story, right? But yeah, for me, this is Sammy. Sammy exists, and Sammy is kid number 5 for MCI. And Sammy is Henry's son and Charlie's twin brother. Does it have to be Henry's son, Charlie's twin brother? No, but it does help with more explanations. If this is Sammy, right, and Sammy is the first death, but Sammy appears to be a kidnapping. Did any parts of the FNAF 6 animatronics exist in Security Breach? Did any parts of the FNAF? Yeah, they're the amalgamation. They're the what's it called? It's not the blob anymore. It's the blob, or the tangle. That's what it's called. The tangle. They all existed in the tangle. So yes, the FNAF 6 animatronics exist in Security Breach. They are the tangle. That's why the Tangle's main face is Molten Freddy, or Funtime Freddy, or whatever you want to call him at the time. But yeah, the Tangle is the FNAF 6 animatronics all grouped together. Besides Burn Trap, but he gets picked up by them later on. I think they purposely amalgamate Burn Trap to put Henry away, to keep Henry under control forever too. Yeah, so this gives us our 5th kid, and it also satisfies that a wound first inflicted on me, right? So Sammy is the first. He is the wound first inflicted on Henry, but it is a wound that Henry didn't know at first. That's why he let it fester, because he didn't know that William had murdered his son. He thought somebody had kidnapped his son. That's why he built the security puppet with the bracelets and everything, because the security puppet's purpose was to stop kids from being kidnapped. He thought Sammy had been kidnapped, so he built an anti-kidnap security system with the puppet, not realizing that all the murders or the missing kids were going to go missing inside of the pizzeria, where the puppet would be of no use, because the puppet's main purpose was to make sure kids didn't leave without the correct adults, right? And then Charlie dies outside because the security puppet couldn't do its job, because the kids were both simultaneously, like, some of the kids were pushing Charlie outside while other kids were purposely holding the box closed on the puppet. So by the time the puppet was freed from the kids and was able to get to Charlie, Charlie was already outside and had already been murdered by William. But that's why the security puppet existed, because Henry had lost a child to what he thought was a kidnapping and wanted to make sure it would never happen again by building a security system that would stop it. He didn't know that his son had been murdered inside the pizza place by William. I'm pretty sure some parts of the old animatronics hide in the zones full of trash and spare parts. Oh, probably. But I mean, like, the main parts, like the main proof that we are definitely in the FNAF 6 location was the fact that the Tangle itself was filled with a bunch of parts from the FNAF 6 in the FNAF 6 group, right? I think this is my main theory that I hold on to, that I think most of the theorist community doesn't consider, is this right here. A lot of people want to argue the name and everything else. And the thing is I will say it now, and other people won't like it. Some people will. It doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, everyone believes what they want to believe. But the name Andrew is not part of the game continuity. That is the Stitch Wraith storyline, and I 100% do not believe the Stitch Wraith is a actual character in the game continuity. I think that is its own book universe, right? The Blob are from FNAF AR. They're not just from FNAF AR. The Blob, the actual name of it is called the Tangle. The Tangle's main face is Funtime Freddy, which is the face of Molten Freddy, which was in FNAF 6. Here, I'll show you. FNAF the image. Yeah, see, there you go. So that's the face. This is the main face, which is Funtime Freddy, aka Molten Freddy, right? And then we can look at the rest of the Tangle here. That's some of it. So we got, okay. So if we look in here, an image and tab. There we go. Okay, cool. So you can see what happened to William's wife. We don't know. We have no idea. William's wife probably just left him after her kids kept dying while being around him. So we have Circus Baby's head over here. This looks like part of Ballora. Just got random legs and arms and stuff. And then we have Funtime Freddy's face. We have a random Chica kind of thing, but I don't think it's actually Chica. It's something else. Yeah. Looks like a Funtime Foxy head is supposed to be part of the Tangle too. Yeah, the Tangle is literally just supposed to be just an amalgamation of a bunch of parts. Yeah, we have no idea what actually happened to William's wife. The assumption is that she left him. You know, once her kids started dying, or she did a thing, and became Ballora. Or Ballora was built after her. Anyways, we will finish this.
That then bled out to the death of so many others. But then Help Wanted 2 came out, and it flipped that entire idea on its head. In that game, we had to light 6 gravestones in a specific order to receive the secret Bonnie mask. Each grave had a different puppet next to it, each referencing one of the 6 main animatronics: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, and the puppet. The 5 missing children, and Charlie. However, Charlie isn't the first grave you light. She's actually the last one, heavily implying that Charlie was the last to be killed. Honestly, I don't hate it from a lore standpoint. There's a decent amount of evidence that can line up with it, but by suggesting that, it threw into question that line of a wound first inflicted on me being about Charlie's death. Instead, there had to be an earlier incident that wounded Henry that would metaphorically bleed out, leading to the missing children's incident.
Number 2 on trending for gaming. Nice.
So what do I think this
with over
event
1.3 million views in 12 hours.
The line that Brian tweeted is delivered by the character Mark Antony at Caesar's funeral. Caesar was murdered by the character Brutus. However, Antony isn't able to directly accuse him publicly, so instead he tactfully talks around the issue, calling Brutus an honorable man. This dynamic between Antony and Brutus, I suspect, is meant to be a reflection of Henry and Afton. Brutus was able to get close to Caesar because Caesar loved him, which is similar to the tactic used by Afton throughout this series. Put on the Spring Bonnie costume, a character that the children loved, and use it to lure them into a back room and kill them. For this quote to be used to promote the prequel game from 1979, it's telling us that Afton was abusing the love of this character way before the missing children's incident. And this early murder at the hands of Afton is what I believe we will be seeing in Secret of the Mimic. Maybe it will even be revealed as Afton's first.
I like this. I might like this. Not referring to Charlie, then who? In the game, there's no evidence of Henry having any family other than Charlie, but in the books, whereas Trailer states that Charlie has a brother named Sammy, and a plot point of those books was that Robo Charlie had false memories of Sammy being taken by Afton. Perhaps these false memories in the books could be the wound inflicted upon Henry that he let bleed out into the missing. Eventually, Charlie's death. That's just a theory. Thanks for reading. See, other people... This is the thing. I think other people are starting to drift into my theory. Any views the FNAF 1 song has? No, but I know it's tons. I'm starting to think Tom might be as crazy as Matt, right? This theory... I'm sorry, but his theory's not good. The first part about it where the mimic... Like, the first part, I kind of get the... I mean... I can kind of see the Henry William mimic kind of situation. Like, I could understand that one if, like, the mimic was around, right? And the first thing that the mimic has to do, or the first thing the mimic sees, really, is that William is kind of in charge and Henry kind of follows his lead. That would make the mimic's, like, AI logic be like, that's the person to emulate because he's clearly the superior in the situation, so he would be the one to mimic because he's the top one. We're entertaining kids. Meanwhile, the parents were watching Ballora 78 18 plus shows. Yeah, no, maybe. No. But yeah, no, I can kind of see that part, but this part here...
It's unclear if the person Afton kills will be a major character like Caesar is in the play, or whether it's just another kid, with the importance more being how early it is in the timeline. We only have a 40-second trailer after all, much more.
Here's my actual prediction. So here's going to be my actual prediction for Secret of the Mimic. My prediction for Secret of the Mimic is that William won't be involved. That there will be no Aftons involved. Theories on the internet. Are they going to be stream friendly? John the Troller. Are they going to be stream safe? Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we haven't gotten there yet, obviously. And my analytics are telling me that over half of the people that watch the streams, the videos, and everything else are not subscribed yet. So make sure you guys get there, because if 100% were subscribed, I'd be at 1,000, right? So we might watch it, not tonight, but we probably will watch them at some point then. Maybe I'll take a gander at them while I'm at work or something to make sure, and then watch them like tomorrow or something, maybe. But for right now, gonna play it safe. I have had time to research ahead of time, but maybe we're watching them tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night. We do stream Thursday through Monday. Yeah, Thursday through Monday night, which is really actually more like Friday morning through Tuesday morning. We stream like 12:30, like midnight 30 to like 2:30 / 3 o'clock ish for about 2.5 hours. So. Anyways, no, so this is the part of the theory that here's my theory on this. I think Secret of the Mimic will have no Aftons involved. I think this comes before the Aftons are involved in the storyline, right? I think that Secret of the Mimic is going to be a Henry origin kind of situation. Like, it's going to tell the story of Henry. I don't know how dark it's going to be. It might not be like, that's the thing, is like, I don't know how dark it's actually gonna be, because I feel like 83 is supposed to be the start of like the actual darkness, but I wonder if Henry went through some kind of situation with the Mimic, right, that was dark and hid it away, and that's why he wasn't untrusting of William, because maybe he thought machines were the only thing that could be that dark and evil, or something. I don't know. It's confusing. The Mimic being so early in the timeline is really tricky, and I understand that that's what they're going for. I just feel like it's bad. I don't know. In my timeline, it worked a lot better when the Mimic was made in like not in the 90s, but like in like 86, 87. Like in my original timeline, before they did all this, in my original timeline, the Mimic was actually made by Edwin. Like, there wasn't like Henry exists, but there was an Edwin who created the Mimic. That Edwin created the Fun Times and created the Mimic, right? Doesn't work anymore, so it's no longer a theory for me or whatnot, but that was originally what my theory was, is that Edwin created the Mimic at the same time that he while he was working on, like, he created the Mimic so it would spend time with his son while he was busy working for William Afton, building animatronics for him. Because in my theory, still to this day, my headcanon is that William Afton doesn't actually build animatronics. That he pays people to build animatronics for him, but he doesn't himself build animatronics, right? But that's just the theory. A FNAF theory. But yeah. But this new one, yeah, I don't know, man. The Mimic 1979 really messes with the timeline in a lot of ways. I know it doesn't mess with the book timelines as much, but it really kind of is scary in the game-specific timeline. Because, like, before this happened, the timeline always went that earliest day of issues was 1983, right? 83 is when Fazbear Entertainment is established. It's when the first restaurants are going up. And when we're transitioning from Fredbear's Family Diner into a Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, right? and all that stuff. And now we are pushing. We got to figure out what's getting pushed back. Does Fazbear Entertainment actually exist back in 1979? And a lot of people are making that argument with no actual proof. There's no actual legitimate proof right now that Fazbear Entertainment does start any earlier than 1983. There's nothing to that right now. In the games, anyways. Like, some people are trying to claim that just because the Mimic is going to exist in 1979, that means Fazbear Entertainment has to exist in 1979, and that's not the case. They are mutually exclusive to each other. You can have one without the other, right? You can have Fazbear Entertainment without the Mimic existing, and you can have the Mimic existing without Fazbear Entertainment existing, because the Mimic is built by a person, built by Henry, not built by Fazbear Entertainment, right? So it just because the Mimic exists in 1979 doesn't mean you can automatically say that we have to now scrap our timeline on when we think Fazbear Entertainment existed, because we have Freddy Fazbear coins that say established 1983. And some people make the argument too. They're like, "Oh, that's when the pizzeria was founded, not when the company was founded." And my statement to that is why would they have location specific coins? That would be a financial nightmare. To be honest, that would be financially irresponsible of them to do something like that, because that means that every Fazbear token that they created for one specific pizzeria. If they make a token that says Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria or Fazbear Entertainment or whatever, and it says 1983 on it because that's the founding of that specific restaurant, then that means they had to make one for every single restaurant. They had to make a certain amount of tokens, which also would mean if they ever closed down a restaurant, they couldn't ship those tokens to a different restaurant, because the tokens are supposed to have the year that the restaurant was founded, which means they now just have a huge Scrooge McDuck level fountain of unusable tokens, because they no longer work for any other location, right? So I think, and when you put down an EST date, the EST date usually is indicative of the company, not of a specific location, right? If I made a banner or something that had an establishment date of my company, it would be Strides in Gaming LLC EST 2017 or whatever, right? And that wouldn't be an indication that the one specific place that I worked at or I was working out of was where it was established in 2017. That would be the entire company, because like for this house, I'd have to change that date to 2019, right? Because here it may have still been it may have still been a business, but the business wouldn't have been found here until 2019 when we moved here, because we didn't live here. When I first started streaming, I was in an apartment in a whole different city, right? So it just doesn't make sense for the people who make that argument that the EST is the 1983 is describing the founding of the pizzeria, not of the company. That makes no sense. That's not how establishment dates work. And I understand that they want it to work that way because it makes their theories work better than my theories, and that's how theorists work. They want their theories to work, not other people's theories to work. And I know a lot of people are not fans of my theories because, well, they're just not. People are just not fans of my theories sometimes, and it is what it is. Anyways, we gotta continue on with this. Let's get through the end of it. I don't agree with the rest of this, by the way, just so everyone knows.
Or is going to be revealed as time goes on. But what is important is if William is Brutus, Henry must be Antony. And that means he knew William committed the murder. That murder is going to be the wound inflicted on Henry, on the Fazbear business, on their friendship. That murder could have destroyed everything they built. But as we know, it didn't. And Afton would go on to kill again. Because just like Antony, Henry isn't going to accuse him directly. Maybe he was concerned for his business survival. Maybe he was concerned about providing for his new daughter Charlie. Maybe he just wanted to believe his friend could change. But whatever his reasoning, despite the wound Afton caused him, he never came out and admitted what he knew.
What up, Jacob?
He just allowed it to keep
Yo,
going.
thank you for the sub, whoever subbed. I appreciate you.
English philosopher John Stuart Mill once said,
We are trying to make it to 1,000, so I
evil to
appreciate
others,
anyone and
not
everyone
only
who
by
does
his
subscribe.
actions, but by his inaction. And in either case,
Hi.
he
How we
is
doing, man?
justly accountable to them for the injury.
I
That
just-
is why he feels so guilty in the insanity speech, because he knows that his inaction in that moment from the circus led to the creation of not one, not two, but 3 monsters. William, the yellow rabbit that would go on to kill so many children, the clown that was designed to mimic Afton, now carrying on his horrible legacy, and himself, the man who stood by and let the first murder happen, leading to the deaths of so many others,
it's so
including
weak.
his own daughter. I guess at the end of the day,
Game
they
theory
really
usually
were the
does.
perfect
Game
trio.
theorists
But
usually
hey,
do
I think
really
we can
key
all
ads.
agree that we've got a lot to look forward to with FNAF. So many new games were demoed or teased during the anniversary, plus we've still got a bunch of new books and a set.
How we doing, Jacob? I said hi to you already, man. But like, okay, so here's the thing. That's it's just so weak. It's so weak to and it in my like, I understand that they had like an idea and they just kept going off of it and it came to this conclusion because that kind of worked for them, I guess. But I can't stand by the belief that Henry would willingly stand by after finding out that William murdered somebody, a kid or an adult, doesn't matter. I don't believe that he would stand by and let William have murdered somebody and then continue to do business with him for another 4 to 6 years unperturbed. Like, for one, Henry has a child. If Afton's murdering people, even if it's only once, no parent in their right mind is going, he'll change, he won't murder my child. Like, no one's taking, no parents in their right mind. And Henry seems like he's in his right mind, right? He's a very intelligent man. No parent is going, I trust that they won't murder my child. No, I love Tom. Tom's awesome. I just think that this specific theory is kind of stretching to try and get somewhere. And I get that part of that is like the thing with the game theorists is that they try to purposely predict things way ahead of time. Better than the new guy. That is a bias talking because of your memory of MatPat, right? You listened to MatPat for a decade giving us game theories. So now you're like, MatPat's the best. And yeah, watch GT Live. Go to GT Live. You'll get more than enough MatPat. You get hour-long videos 3 times a week, MatPat being the guy the entire time. But no, the theory itself, I feel like it's just a stretch for them to try and get to giving a story before the story comes out. But I don't think it's right. I don't think it's true. I don't think, like, I think this is a stretch. I think this is a stretch theory that, I mean, kudos to them for trying, but I think it's way off. Honestly, I think there's way cleaner, easier explanations. I think this is a way cleaner explanation for the wound first inflicted on me, and I think it covers a lot of questions that people have. You know, here's a good question. Here's a good question that I want to hear a better answer for. Why did Henry create the security puppet? Oh, nice. That's weird, but cool. That's my biggest question for anybody and everybody out there. Why, you know, I'm gonna do my favorite thing. You guys can blame Pirate Software, aka Thor, for this, but I do just love this, right? I love doing this. It's such a good thing to do right here. But why? Yeah, puppet. Question mark. Why did Henry... You don't play FNAF? That's cool, man. You don't have... I can't play most FNAF games anyway, so it's all good. But why did Henry build the puppet? Why was the puppet built? Control Z that, yeah. Why was the puppet built? If you know, so no kids had died yet. So deaths didn't exist before the puppet. Right? See, deaths didn't matter. Deaths didn't exist. Right? There were no kid deaths. There were no kidnappings. If my theory is not correct, right? Kidnappings, it's guys, I think kidnappings. Those hadn't happened yet either, right? Why does the puppet exist? He's had no concerns. Better than mine, right? But neither of these. If my theory is wrong, and it's not correct, neither of these things have happened yet. This hasn't happened. So why does the puppet exist? Why did Henry build the puppet if there is no purpose to the puppet? Right? That's why I think my theory works. Right? So if you think about it this way, you take okay, so we have Henry, right? He owns the restaurant. Henry has 2 kids. He has Sammy, and he has Charlie. Right? They're twins. They're equal to each other. They're twins, right? The marionette is which one's the marionette? The marionette is the puppet, which eventually becomes Charlie. So Henry has 2 kids. He has Sammy and Charlie. One day, Sammy, in his mind, Sammy's kidnapped. He's kidnapped. Kidnapped. No, he's kidnapped. Kidnapped from the pizzeria, right? Because Sammy is kidnapped from the pizzeria, Henry's sad. He's sad, he's scared. Sammy's gone. He doesn't know where Sammy is. Sammy has been kidnapped in his mind, right? So what does Henry do? Because he still has Charlie. Well, Henry's a builder. Make a little hammer here. Henry's a builder. He's got his hammer. He's a builder. So what does he build? He builds the puppet. He builds the security puppet. That puppet. What does the security puppet do? What up, connected pieces? What does the security puppet do? Security puppet stops kidnappings. Why does it stop kidnappings? Because he doesn't want his second child, Charlie, to get kidnapped. Yeah, so the puppet does help the murdered children. Helps the murdered children. So Charlie is Charlie eventually becomes the puppet, right? Because eventually Charlie also gets killed by William Afton, but that's after Henry gets locked up, gets put behind bars. But that's because of William. But yeah. So, but why would Henry build the security puppet if he doesn't think that Charlie's gonna get kidnapped? You're a YouTuber. Everybody's a YouTuber. Jacob, if you make one video on YouTube, you're a YouTuber. That's just how it goes. I mean, I'm a YouTuber. Everyone's a YouTuber. If you make a single video and post it to YouTube, you are now a YouTuber. It is one of the easiest descriptor titles to get. People don't realize this. A lot of people think that there's actually more to it than that, but that's all there is to it. If you want to be considered a YouTuber, the only thing you have to do is upload one video to YouTube. You have a video on YouTube of you, a video that you created, you are a YouTuber. Done and dusted. Nothing more to it. That's all you have to do. Post one video to YouTube, you're now a YouTuber. Congratulations, you can tell other people that you're a YouTuber. So, there you go. That's all you gotta do. Put on one video, and now you are a YouTuber. Anyways. But yeah. 256 subs. I have 517. See? Congratulations. You are now a YouTuber. You are a YouTuber with 256 subs. I am a YouTuber with 517 subscribers. You know what numbers mean? Honestly? Nothing. The only thing that I made my channel 1 year ago. I made my channel 13 years ago? No. 16 years ago? No. I made my channel in 2009. Right? I made my channel in 2009. I posted a lot of videos on my channel. I had like over 200 videos between 2009 and 2010, right? During that time, I got about 20,000 subscribers. Back then, that was a lot, right? Welcome back, Alessandro. 20,000 subs, right? 20,000 subscribers. This is back in 2010. I went to college, wanted to get a degree, so I went and tried to go and get myself a degree. Thing there, you know, little ribbon action there. Because I went to college, I stopped making videos. Videos didn't matter anymore. You have almost 30 subs? Congratulations, Cuber. Because I had no more videos, my subscribers went down. My subscribers continued to go down, and then the purges started happening. Remember I don't know if you guys remember this, but in the mid 2010s, the middies of them, about 2012 through 2015, they had the great YouTube purges. I lost all those subscribers. By the end of all the purges, when I restarted this channel, I had probably 260 subs. And then I started this channel back up, and now we're up to where we are now, 517. What's your channel? You're literally watching it. You're literally watching the channel, my dude. But yeah. There you go. There's the history. Then back in 2017, was it 2017? Yeah. So wait, was it 2017. 2017, my actual job, I was feeling low in. I had been promoted between 2014 and 2017. I had been promoted 4 times in my job, right? I had been promoted from part-time to full-time, from full-time regular associate. No, I went from, maybe 5 times. I went from part-time to full-time. Then I went from one full-time position to a slightly higher paid full-time position hourly. Then from that position, I got promoted to a leadership role, hourly leadership or hourly manager. And then from that position, I got promoted to a salary position with the company at Walmart. It was Walmart. So in 2.5 years time, I went from a part-time worker all the way up to a salary manager with the company. Very quick. What happened was, though, is that I made some bad shit. I made a very bad decision. I had two stores. I'm gonna build stores. I had two stores I could go to work for, right? This is the story of Strider and how he got to where he is right now. I had two different stores I could go to, right? Well, I chose the one that offered me a job first. They offered me a job on Thursday. This one offered me a job on Friday. Same day, right? When I was becoming a salary manager. Do you think that there will be a FNAF X Garden of Banban collab? Since when Garden of Banban 4 was out, they put Choo Choo Charles in the Euphoric Brothers promise for more collabs. Maybe. It really depends on if the stories align enough. And hey, someone unsub. Thanks, guys. I appreciate. So we're back to where we were at the beginning of the stream. Cool. Anyways, so I had the decision of what Walmart to go work for, and I chose the first one to offer me the position. I didn't ask around or think of anything else, right? So, boom. Hey, thanks for the sub back. Anyways, so I chose the first one. Bad idea. Bad idea. Terrible manager. Terrible store manager. He's no longer with the company. He was bad. He was bad. Unfortunately, though, fortunately for me, is that he affected my job first. So I ended up becoming an hourly. I became an hourly leader again, right? I stepped down from my salary position. I became an hourly leader. But because I became an hourly leader, I did get a big benefit from this, which was one, I was one of the highest paid hourlies in the building. But two, I had a 4-day work week. Right? 4-day work week. Amazing. One of the best things. Because I had a 4-day work week, whoever keeps unsubbing and resubbing, choose one, man. Choose one. Right? I get it. It's fun to watch the number pop up and down, but choose one. Anyways, 4-day work week. I had a 4-day work week. What did I do with this 4-day work week? Well, I had 3 days off. Right? 3 off. I had nothing to do. So what'd I do? I was playing video games. But I was like, I'm playing a lot of video games. Right? I was playing. My video game time went up tremendously because I had 3 days off. So because I had so much time off and I was playing video games, I was looking at my Xbox. I was playing a lot of Xbox at the time, right? I was playing Destiny. So much Destiny. The original Destiny, right? Playing a lot of Destiny. So, because I was playing so much Destiny, I was looking at my Xbox sometimes in between raids and stuff and just looking at stuff, and I noticed a thing. I saw this thing, and it was called Beam. What is Beam, you might ask? Well, Beam was a streaming service. So, I joined Beam, and I started streaming on Beam. My very first stream on Beam was I played GTA. I played GTA on Beam. I got 300 followers that first stream. 300 followers in my first... Well, actually, I think it was like my third stream. I think my first 2 streams I did Destiny, and I got like 20 followers from it, right? But then my third stream, I went above 300 followers in a single stream. I went up to 300 followers. So I streamed some more. I streamed even more. I went on my Xbox, right? And I streamed. Boop. And very, very quickly, I got up into the 1,000+ follower range, right? And then I started making friends. started meeting other people that were also streaming on Beam, and started playing games with them, and we made a community, right? I'm gonna take this down. You're gonna make me take this down, guys. You're gonna make me take this down, right? Anyways, so we built a community, and my followers continued to grow, and Beam became Mixer because it was bought by Microsoft. It was bought by Microsoft, and it was Beam already, but then they upgraded it to be Mixer. And when it became Mixer, my followers continued to go up. And I became a partner. Became a partner streamer with Mixer, which is good because I ran into some issues at work, and so I ended up quitting my Walmart job. Quit that, and I just became a partnered streamer on Mixer, and that was my whole job for 2 years. That's all I did. I played video games on Mixer for 2 years straight, right? And by time Mixer, but then eventually Mixer died. Microsoft didn't feel like they were making the moolah that they should have been making, and they weren't able to compete with Twitch like they assumed they would be able to after only like 5 years. It was a ridiculous ask of Microsoft for Mixer to become a one-to-one competitor with Twitch. It was a ridiculous ask, but it is what it is. So after a few years, after 2 years of me being a partner, they killed Mixer, right? When they killed Mixer, I had over 26,000 followers, and I had over 300 plus subscribers, which would be memberships here on YouTube. But here's the thing. When Mixer died, I had just had a child, and I was currently on, like, they sprung it on us. That's the crazy thing. I don't even know how I got to this story, but anyways, Mixer didn't just die. Mixer, like, stabbed all of its creators in the back. We didn't get a meeting about Mixer dying. We didn't get private messages about Mixer dying. No, we learned about it through a tweet, but we weren't even the worst. We didn't even get hit the worst. Who got hit the worst was the people who actually worked for Mixer through Microsoft. Like, the people that actually worked at Mixer, they learned that their actual legitimate full-time paid jobs, their jobs were going away in 1 month. They learned about it through a tweet. They didn't have in-company meetings about this. They just put out a tweet on July 22nd, which is the best because my birthday is July 23rd. But they said when it strikes midnight on the 22nd of July, Mixer will no longer exist. And we got that tweet on the 22nd of June. That 1 month, Mixer will be dead. Mixer will stop streaming. So I was on vacation, had a newborn, because Lily was born in May, right? So we get this a month after Lily's born. I get this, we see this tweet and stuff, and I do not have the time. Like, we're trying to take care of an infant child and stuff, so I didn't have the time to dedicate to trying to move audiences or anything like that. So I just had to let my streaming career die because this random decision by Microsoft out of nowhere. We went the way of the Zune, and if you don't know what the Zune is, there you go. There's you don't know, but you know exactly what I'm referring to. Basically, it was the competitor to the iTouch. The iPod, that's what it was. It was the competitor to the iPod that Microsoft had, the Zune. and it didn't compete well. So they killed it before it had a chance to actually compete well. What it is Microsoft has this tendency to jump into some game, after. There you go. That's what happens. Jump into a game, into a business against a competition after the competition has basically cornered the market, and then jump into it and for some reason just expect immediate success in the same area, and then once that doesn't happen immediately, they just kill the project. That's what they do. So yeah, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but yeah, fun. It was nice though. That was my job for literally 2 years. I got to just get up every day, go play video games. So, but I appreciate you guys. Whoever keeps unsubbing and resubbing. Yeah, just gonna leave that down for now. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Love your faces. We will probably look at some other videos and stuff tomorrow. Continue with Into the Pit. Don't say. And all that good stuff. So, oh yeah, I have it up right now. Oh, anyways,